Now we are into Unit 4. In previous videos, we discussed about SWS service providers and PWS service providers. Now we are talking about IWS service providers. So these IWS service providers owns and maintains the equipment while the organization rents out the specific services it needs, usually on a pay-as-you-go basis. So some of the IWS service providers are Amazon Web Services, Windows Azure, GoGrid, IBM Smart Cloud Enterprise, Rackspace, OpenCloud, Google Computing Engine. Let's see the first one, Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2 it's called, Compute Cloud, it's C2, Amazon EC2. Amazon EC2 is a web service that provides secure, resizable and compute capacity in the cloud. It is designed to make web scale cloud computing easier for developers. Amazon EC2 is simply web service interface. It allows you to obtain and configure capacity with the minimal friction. It provides you with complete control of your computing resources and lets you run on Amazon's proven computing environment. Amazon EC2 reduces the time required to obtain and boot new server instances to minutes, allowing you to quickly scale capacity, both up and down, as your computing requirements change. Amazon EC2 changes the economics of computing by allowing you to pay only for capacity that you actually use. Amazon EC2 provides developers the tools to build failure resilient means that is strong applications and isolate them from common failure scenarios. So now let's see the benefits of Amazon EC2. The first one is elastic web scale computing. Amazon EC2 enables you to increase or decrease capacity within minutes, not hours or days. You can commission once hundreds or even thousands of servers instances simultaneously. You can also use Amazon EC2 auto scaling to maintain availability of your EC2 fleet and automatically scale your fleet up and down depending on its needs in order to maximize performance and minimize cost. Next one is flexibility cloud hosting services. You have the choice of multiple instances, types, operating systems, and software packages. Amazon EC2 allows you to select and configure of memory, CPU, instance storage, and the boot partition size that is optimal for your choice of operation system and applications. Next one is integrated. Amazon EC2 is integrated with most Amazon web services such as Amazon Simple Storage Service, that is Amazon S3, Amazon RDS, and Amazon VPC to provide a complete secure solution for computing, query processing, and cloud storage across a wide range of applications. The next one is reliable. Amazon EC2 offers a highly reliable environment where replacement instances can be rapidly and predictably commissioned. The service runs within Amazon Provision Network infrastructure and data centers. The Amazon EC2 service level agreement commitment is 99.99% availability for each Amazon EC2 region. So the next one is secure. The cloud security at AWS is the highest priority. As an Amazon Web Service customer, you will benefit from a data center and a network architecture built to meet the requirements of the most security sensitive organizations. Amazon EC2 works in conjunction with the Amazon VPC to provide security and robust networking functionality for your compute resources. And the next one is inexpensive. Amazon EC2 passes on to you the financial benefits of Amazon scale. If you pay a very low rate for the compute capacity you actually consume. The last one is easy to start. There are several ways to get started with Amazon EC2. You can use Amazon Web Services Management Console and AWS command line tools or SDKs. AWS is free to get started. The next one is GoGrid. GoGrid is a California company that has been providing AWS since 2008. GoGrid is a service provider of Windows and Linux cloud-based servers, hostings, and offers 32-bit and 64-bit editions of Windows Server 2008 within its cloud computing infrastructure. Parent company Server Path is a Microsoft Cloud certified partner and launched Windows Server 2008. So GoGrid becomes one of the first infrastructure as a service that is AWS providers to offer Windows Server 2008 in the cloud. GoGrid enables system administrators to quickly and easily create, deploy, load balance, and manage Windows and Linux cloud servers within minutes. So what are the APIs, application programming interfaces of GoGrid? GoGrid API is a web service that allows developers to control their interaction with GoGrid's cloud hosting infrastructure. The GoGrid API provides two-way communicate for controlling GoGrid control panel functionality. So typical uses for the API includes auto-scaling network servers, listening assigned public and private IP addresses, deleting servers, listing billing details. The GoGrid API requires you to be a grid customer and to have technical knowledge and programming skills. The GoGrid API supports the following languages: Java, PHP, Python, Ruby. So till now we have seen SWS service providers, PWS service providers, and IWS service providers. So in cloud infrastructure, the last model is the last component is deployment model. Right? Now let's discuss about cloud deployment model. A cloud deployment model represents a specific type of cloud environment, primarily distinguished by ownership, size, and access. There are certain services and models working behind the scene, making the cloud computing feasible and accessible to the end users. So following are the working models for cloud computing. So deployment models and service models. Service models, of course, already you know this: IWS, PWS, and SWS. Now we are looking into deployment. What are the deployment models here? Let's see. Cloud deployment models offer a competitive advantage to organizations and boost productivity. Several cloud computing models are emerging every day, and business apply various cloud deployment strategies to handle operational challenges. Deployment models define the type of access to the cloud, that is how the cloud is located. A cloud can have any of the four types of accesses. One is public, private, hybrid, and community clouds. Now let's see what is public cloud. Public cloud allows systems and services to be easily accessible to the general public. Public cloud may be less secure because of its openness. Public clouds are owned and operated by the third parties. They deliver superior economies of scale to customers. As the infrastructure costs are spread among a mix of users, giving each individual clients an attractive low cost, that is, pay as you go model. With a public cloud, a third party organization such as Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, Google Apps, Salesforce offers access to its cloud services to large amounts of customers. All customers share the same infrastructure pool with limited configuration, security protections, and availability variances. These are managed and supported by cloud provider. Due to massive economies of scale, public cloud services can be very cost effective. The scalability is almost limitless, so you can grow your business fast on these platforms, paying only for what you use. So let's see the advantages of public cloud. It offers greater scalability. It costs effectiveness, helps you save money. The next advantage is it offers reliability, which means no single point of failure will interrupt your service. The next one is services like SWS, PWS, IWS are easily available on public cloud platform. Yes, it can be accessed from anywhere through any internet enabled device. So the last one is it is location independent. The services are available wherever the client is located. These are the advantages of public cloud. What are the disadvantages of public cloud? No control over privacy or security. This is a disadvantage of public cloud. And the next one is cannot be used for use of sensitive applications. And the next one is lacks complete flexibility as the platform depends on the platform provider, and no stringent protocols regarding data management. Now let's see private cloud. The private cloud allows systems and services to be accessible within an organization. It is more secure because of its private nature. If you build one of the cloud services in your own data center for your company's sole use, this is called a private cloud. So what is private cloud? If you build one of the cloud services in your own data center for your company's sole use, that is called a private cloud. However, if the cloud is dedicated to a single tenant, this would make it as a private cloud. With a private cloud, you can have more control over the design and implementation of the stack and even the hardware and software of which it is compromised. This flexibility may come at a cost, as this type of cloud can be expensive and there are limits in its scalability. Now let's see on-premise private cloud. What is on-premise private cloud? So what is on-premise? On-premise private clouds, also known as internal clouds, are hosted within one's own data center. This model provides a more standardized process and protection, but it is limited in aspects of size and scalability. IT departments would also need to incur the capital and operational costs for the physical resources. So this is the best suited for applications which require complete control and configurability of the infrastructure and security. Externally hosted private cloud. So what is this? This type of private cloud is hosted externally with a cloud provider where the provider facilitates an exclusive cloud environment with full guarantee of privacy. This is best suited for enterprises that don't prefer a public cloud due to sharing the physical resources. Next, advantages of private cloud computing. So, this offers greater security and privacy, and it offers more control over system configuration as per the company's need, and greater reliability when it comes to performance, and enhances the quality of service offered by the clients, and finally it saves money. Now let's see what are the disadvantages of private cloud. One is expensive when compared to public cloud and requires IT expertise. Now let's see about community cloud. Community clouds are similar to private clouds. The community cloud allows systems and services to be accessible by a group of organizations. Community clouds are not commonly used cloud platform. The idea of a community cloud is a result of collaborative efforts to share the infrastructure between several organizations from a specific community. This type of cloud allows the division of cost among companies, which makes it more accessible than private clouds and safer than public clouds. Still, public clouds remain the cheaper option, and storage and bandwidth capacity will be limited due to the resources being shared. The community cloud could be on premises or off premises. So now let's see the advantages of community cloud. Cost of setting up a communal cloud versus individual private cloud can be cheaper due to the a division of cost among all participants. So the management of the community cloud can be outsourced to a cloud provider. The advantage here is that the provider would be an impartial third party that is bound by contract and that has no preference to any of the clients involved other than what is contractually mandated. So the next one is tools residing in the community cloud can be used to leverage the information stored to serve consumers and the supply chain, such as return tracking and just-in-time production and distribution. Now let's see the disadvantages of community cloud. The first one is cost is higher than public cloud, and fixed amount of bandwidth and data storage is shared among all community members.